Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen and this is my channel. So today is Friday and it's 2 days after my Wednesday weigh-in of my 0.8 pound gain, and I wanted to take a minute to put my final thoughts on that out there, and then I can move on and put that in the past. When I made that video, it was literally right after I weighed in, so I hadn't had time to let anything kind of sink in or reevaluate where I went wrong. I know where I went wrong, but I just needed to have time to process all that and to solidify my plans moving forward to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So I did weigh myself again Wednesday evening because I was becoming really obsessed with the numbers on the scale, and by the end of the day I was up 1.2 pounds, so that was a couple more ounces than the 0.8 pound that I was up. And then yesterday I was down 1.6 pounds. So what I'm contributing the gain to is that time of the month, as well as the humidity, and the weather outside, because it's been very hot and humid here. And I'm not shifting the blame from myself. I'm the only reason why I did not lose, because of the way I ate. But I think the fluctuation, the increase in my weight, is definitely because of that time of the month and the weather. So moving forward, I have made changes, as you can see by the title of this video. The week before, like a couple weeks before last week, when I had been very successful in the weight loss and I was staying on track, I meal prepped. And I find that very easy for me because all I have to do is grab a bowl out of the fridge and either heat it up or eat it cold, whichever one, and that's all I have to think about. I don't have to go into the kitchen when I'm hungry. I don't have to prepare the food. I don't have to, at the last minute, decide on what I'm going to have, because usually if I wait till the last minute, I make really poor decisions because I'm hungry by that time and I just want something quick and something that tastes good. So I'll insert pictures here. So that is how I spent my 4th of July. I had made plans to go to a barbecue. My building was having a barbecue for the residents, and I had planned on going there, but feeling as if the 0.8 pounds was a negative thing, and it was not a positive thing, that's for sure, I felt that I did not need to be eating the kind of food that they would be serving at that barbecue. So instead I spent my 4th of July meal prepping. There were 4 of each, but now that it's Friday, there's only 3 of the dinners and 2 of the lunches left. But I made 4 beet sauerkraut and quinoa bowls and 4 of the vegetable medley, and 2 had brown rice and 2 had quinoa and black bean bowls. Those are my very favorite go-to bowls. I just put some hot sauce over the top of them, or sriracha, and that's how I eat them. So it'll be easier for me to move forward knowing I can just grab it out of my fridge and just eat it. And then on Sunday I plan on meal prepping for next week, because that is a big thing for me in staying on track. Also, I have been making a big effort to get more water in. Sometimes I'll go through phases and it doesn't really have anything to do with you would think when the weather's hot I would drink more water, but I've noticed it really doesn't have anything to do with the weather. It's just sometimes I'm really into drinking a lot of water, and other times I have to force myself. And last week and the beginning of this week I really haven't been drinking much water, but yesterday I got in 104 ounces, and today I plan on getting in at least 100 ounces of water. So things are moving forward well and better. After I made that video, I was very depressed and very embarrassed, and I felt like I was putting my life out there, and then I had to tell people that I gained weight instead of lost, and that was not a fun thing to do. But I'm here to be honest, and I do realize that I need to do this to save my life. There are a few people that pointed out that, you know, I need to do it to save my life, and I am very well aware of that. Even the weeks, if in the future, if I have a gain, I'm not giving myself an excuse, but I'm just explaining this to everyone. Even if there are times that I have a gain, I am actively pushing forward. I'm not giving up. I have spent 4 years denying the fact that I had a problem and just literally waiting to die. So now that I am doing something to move forward, even if I have a small gain like this week, a 0.8 pound gain, I still don't see it as a failure because I'm still pushing forward. So I'm still actively doing something to save my life, even though it didn't turn out for the best and I did not eat the right things this past week. I still pushed ahead, and I did not binge, and I didn't just stop trying to make a difference in my health and my life. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I do realize that the severity of my case, and I am the only one I have to answer to for that. If I screw up, and if I, just being honest here, if I die before I lose enough weight, then I have only myself to blame for that. I mean, I know it'll be too late then, and I pray that that is not the case, but in the end, it's just comes down to me, and I'm the one I have to answer to. I also want to put out there that I am just overwhelmed with the amount of support that I have gotten since re-entering the weight loss community. Everybody has been so supportive, and I cannot tell you enough how much it means to me to have people supporting me. I love making these videos, and sometimes some of the videos that I make, like the Eat With Me videos, I do not mean myself any disrespect when I call myself fat. I don't consider the word fat a bad word. It just is what it is. I'm fat, and that's just it. So when I post an Eat With Me video, I'm not disrespecting myself, like with yesterday's video when I had the lettuce hanging out of my mouth. I don't see that as disrespectful. I just thought it was funny because I put too much food in my mouth, and it was just a still from the video, and I thought I looked ridiculous. And like I mentioned in that video, I tend to not take life too seriously. I laugh at myself quite a bit about different things. So it was just something that I found funny, and I know that some people don't see it that way, but I honestly do not find the word fat offensive. And that can be said depending on how you use the word, is really what it comes down to. Because nobody says, oh, look at that skinny girl, and nobody finds the word skinny offensive. But if you say, oh, look at that fat girl, people find that offensive. But it is what it is. And I'm not ashamed of the word fat. I'm not proud of being morbidly obese, but I am not ashamed of the word fat. Everybody has fat on them. I just have a lot more than most people. But it's just a descriptor word, so I don't get too hung up on words. But if it does offend you, I'm sorry that it offends you. I would never walk up to someone and say, oh, look how fat you are. But if I was saying, about myself, I am a fat girl because I am, and that's just what I am. So I just wanted to also put that out there, that if I offended anyone, I'm very sorry. It was not my intention to offend anyone. It's just how I describe myself. I would never describe anybody else that way because some people are not comfortable with that. So that's my end of the week ramble and my updates of what I'm doing, how I'm doing. I'm feeling more positive. Wednesday, I did not feel positive. I never had the intention of giving up, but I just didn't feel positive and like I was in a good place. But now that I've had time to reevaluate things, I do feel in a better place, and I feel like I'm back on track because I have my meals prepared and I have a plan. So that's it for me for today. That was my end of the week wrap up, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good weekend, everyone.